Type on one, ladies. Welcome back to part 2 of What If Them. So in the first part, or this is redoing it because in the first part I accidentally was trying to do everything at once, trying to type up things, trying to type up My Hero Academia Nezu, but I didn't not like what it came out as, so I was like, let me redo that. So My Hero Academia, it's N-E, right? N. So yeah. So let me catch you up. So Bakugo tells Class 1A and 1B that Zuko had this power, or of, if you haven't missed it in part 1, that's okay. So Zuko, whom flings his sword before her, and so everyone was shocked, and so Zumi went home. She told her parents, and then Sashi was kind of upset because he knew that it was all of their faults that Zuko became a villain. And of course, the Bakugo's mom, in this alternate timeline, was a specialist, or not specialist, the similar to the Quark Doctor, but she has her suspicions about certain powers or certain abilities, and and she basically knew right off the bat that Zuko was the only one of those legendary types. So when she was about to talk to Inko about it, she ran into Zumi and told her instead of, hey, or Zumi, I know that your brother is the most powerfulest one. He's one of the legendary rares, or very super legendary rare. And I did some research about your brother's powers, and I also knew that your brother had a quirk that is his limit. All of rest of us have it to be used as a offense or defense, and but your brother, as she says, but your brother has it as his limit. Basically, with all that power that he has stored in his body, we need to try convince him to be a pro hero thing. Okay? And I want you to deliver this notebook thing as she pulls it out of her purse. I want you to deliver this to Nezu and tells him that Zuko is the number one priority, or your brother's number one priority. Okay, so Zumi left him. And she went directly to the Quark Doctor. Or no, not to her Quark Doctor. I meant to Nezu. And Bakugo's mom and Nezu were great friends. Best friends. And when Zumi knocks on the door. Come on in. As or not Inko, Zumi walks in and says, "Hey, Nezu, one of the, or Bakugo, or actually, I'm saying Bakugo's mom's because her full name is hard for me. So, but let's say Zumi, not Inko, Zumi tells Nezu, or no, Zumi actually says the name. She wants me to drop this off for you. And tells you that my brother is the number one priority. That is there a reason? Well, she told me that the basically she told me that my brother is the legendary rare. As she, or as Nezu's like, huh, yeah, that's my friend for you. So you're saying Zuku, or Zumi, with a, so you're saying that she sent you to me so that to get this book, right? Yeah. And she told me to tell you that Zuku is the legendary rare. Those legendary or legends ones. Huh. Yeah. As she knows, or he knows that he never jokes around when, he knows that Bakugo's mom never jokes around when something like this happens. As he read through it, and so he read through it, and yeah. And so he did the little teacher conference thing, and yeah. The yeah. So then the pro heroes end up acknowledging that Zuko is one of the ones that needs to be taken care of. So first, before they, so then the villains, like All for One says, man, so that's going around. Zuko Midoriya is or Tremor is has to be dealt with. Yeah. So so then yeah. Yeah, so Zuko, or so Nezu tells Zuko that he's been needed. And yeah, he basically ends up hides. So then time skip to All Might versus All for One. And because when Zuko actually did, like during the camp arc, he did do the slash move. And he did chopped down muscular, you know, as he did wipe a blade off and put it back in its sleeve. Where's your parent? As he was kind. He doesn't have true anger for little kids because they don't know who. So they just like, here. As they give him, or so they see him as a hero. As he says, and yeah. Are you done here, Herm, Magnus, and Spitter? Yeah, we're done. And Mr. Zawa is like, it's you. As he was trying to like use his quirk, but he remembers that the only way to not have Zuko, whom they need to hit him with his quirk, not race it and destroy the entire world. No. Yeah. So yeah, Zuko was basically, yeah. Zuko was a little bit tired, so the guy literally, or so the Mr. Zawa comes in using his straps to try to mobilize Zuko from using his hands, but then he taps on when he stomps his foot, as it caused a shockwave through the entire forest, wiping half of the forest out. Mr. Beast just called, he doesn't like your video. Thumbs down! So, yeah. So, it was only a half. Not the entire forest. Half of the forest was gone. As they did not realize that, as Zuko, who got out of the, and she's like, huh. And Mr. Ozawa says, sorry, I have to, sorry. So, yeah. So Zuko tells, or actually Mr. Ozawa asks Zuko why is he doing this? As Zuko responds, the reason why is because all of you guys, every single one of you, made fun of me for not having a quirk. Some of you called me worthless, useless, and all that stuff. But no more! As he punches the air right at right at the Mr. Zawa's direction. As he knows, as Mr. Zawa dodged the attacks, as he's punching like he's causing earthquakes after earthquakes. Yeah, after earthquakes. As Zuko was mad. As Spitter and the Magnus sees that, yep, it's always, no matter what, boom. As Zuko's eyes widen, Mr. Ozawa was in shock. And Mr. Ozawa can't believe this kid is on a whole nother level of the legendary types that could just, yeah. So when he made yeah, and Mr. Ozawa was like, okay, we need to, as he is about to step through the portal, or he did, or Zuko did, and but when Mr. Ozawa had him, when he was walked close before, he did put the the chip, the one that on the location thing. So when Zuko walks to the villain's base, Mr. Ozawa already knew. Oh. Now, so then Mr. Ozawa and so the pro heroes got locked on him, and yeah. Yeah. And Mr. Ozawa so no one told Zuko that he was a special type. And yeah. And he tells, I almost cut it close to making sure he doesn't I don't want him to just randomly use his full power. So then Zuko was basically, so then All Might versus All for One, it goes down every single time. So Zuko basically steps in. As he does he does destroy the attack. Yeah. And he created his own version of the quark erasing bullets. His own version. And that only is similar to Mr. Ozawa. Lasts 30 minutes. So when he says, huh. And All for One was in his prime. And he's like, yeah. You're gonna die. Nope. But you will in about 30 minutes. Or 30 seconds. And so he injects himself as his body became more than just a normal human. He became a monster. He became a freak show. He became more than Then Whitebeard. He became the one who destroys all. As Zuko's power level, like Zuko's true form, has revealed. I'm using this image because there's one, that specific one. There's like there's a head with his eyes covered, and with two heads on his shoulders. There's a lot of heads and a lot of arms and a tail. Yeah. Well, I think he's in Sketch, I think. SK Sketch. Trying to remember what it was. So, the I'm trying to find the stupid image. It's been a while since I make sure. Yeah. So the trying to find that stupid image. And it is, I think I'm close to it, but I am not sure. So, yeah. It's been a long time, so it takes me a while to, like, I'm also cleaning my throat out so that if you hear me doing, like, that stuff. So, it was my very first, I believe, drawing that I ever did on this video, or this segment. And it's called if I remember correctly, I sometimes don't. It takes too long, but I know. Well, the image that I will show you will be the similar image to the. I wish I knew where it is. It's just. So yeah, it was my very first one that I ever made. I think by using the actual. Yeah. So, yeah, Zuko transforms into this big scary monster dude that is. And has. I wish I knew where it was. Then I would have just pop goes the weasel. Sorry. I think I'm close to it, so I think, but I'm not sure. So yeah, when I'm going through, the hit like that button, and yeah, and I believe it was a little bit more. It was my very first one that I made that ever used the sketch pad. And nope, not there. All right. Because I know this will take a long time, but that's okay. But we're not in a rush. Looking back at these pictures, I should turn them into like cards because, so, oh yeah. So I probably missed it. Because the guy, like, and so, yeah, I'll do a description of it, but yeah. Basically, I'm trying to find an image. There's a lot of concept art things. But yeah, some of them are just too weird. Like where is it? So basically, Ryan. I probably accidentally deleted it, but that's okay. It was supposed to be a concept of a guy. Hold on. There's one. I'll just use one of these drawings, pictures. So, yeah. Sorry it took so long, but yeah. Yeah, so I'll just use... no, not there. Well, I'll just use the... one of them... So, take left to go on Chestnut Street. Take right to go on Chicken. So, yeah. And I can't find it, so I'll So I'll just use it. Nope. That's a Momo fusion of Todoroki. So it's basically fused Todoroki with or Momo. I'll just use this one. Imagine a big buff guy. Oh, here it is. I know that it's... So, imagine... So the guy literally, like, lost his humanity or has it stunned for 30 minutes. And he has 4 buffed up limbs. Like, basically, like 4 arms. Or no, he has 6 arms. So, and he became like a man who wants to destroy everything. So, yeah. So, basically, Zuko, was not not Batman fused with Bubble Man. This is what I would have been, or so yeah. So Zuko, I'm wasting so much time, but yeah. So Zuko ends up being, Zuko, and he ends up being like after. So he went on a rampage and he destroys like All for One. And like, yeah, he sees him as he was still shocked. Not shot, shock. So, yeah. So Zuko was is about to leap out of thing. And All Might walks over and stops him. And the All Might finally says, no one hates you, no one is trying to like pick a fight with you, Zuko. It's not. I know we all know that you're powerful. Oh, and so you can become a hero. So everyone shows kindness. So then, yeah. So Zuko was a little bit shocked. Huh? Not shot. So, yeah. And Zuko had that face. And, yeah. You can join UA. So everyone says, yeah, Zuko, and so he does like that stuff. He does join UA because it's just as everyone learns about how his powers work. As Todoroki sees, and he knows that it's not because he's not or so, and the Ochako in secret, when she told Zuko Ochako. Ochako. Yeah. So Ochako and Ochako walks up to Zuko, and she finally tells Ilms, and she is wearing a bathing suit in that picture, so don't demonetize. So yeah. So Ochako finally tells Zuko the truth that when they were, or during that whole, like, destroying the half of the city, is that she basically tells him that she actually she did have a crush on him. And she knew that she was the one that she was also watching that happened, that incident. So between Bakugo, his old friends, the one with like stretchy fingers and bat wings, and Ochako. So now everyone else knew about it. So then Ochako loves him more. So then he says, you don't mind my powers, right? No, I don't mind at all. So yeah, how long has this video take? Yep, that's perfect, actually. Because the last one I did, the one that was before the part 1, was I did one with 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and then a 5 o'clock. So this is going to be 4 o'clock. So, yeah. So, and yeah, so Chaco and Zuko got married and had 2 kids, and one of them had a similar thing. Or both of them had similar to what Zuko has, but also Ochako's quirk was mixed with it. So, yeah. So then so Ochako and Zuko. So now, but Zuko was, because of a power thing, like his power of infinity and 0 and creation, Forge of Destruction power, doesn't allow him to age. So he stays the same thing. But Ochako, on the other hand, and she grows up. Not throws up. I'm saying growing up. So basically she is still like... So when she went to her, like, old lady one, like, she had gray hairs and... Yeah. Short-term memory thing. And Zuko would stay the same through the entire thing. And he's basically... So, yeah, and he watches his kids grow up and growing old, and yeah. And so they started their families, and yeah. So he was the only one. Everyone else died except for him. So the planet died. And he was the only one that he got revealed by the... It's basically like the guy from DC Comics or Marvels, I think? Yeah, Marvels. Character that can never die. Yeah, well, Zuko, who, and plus, when he did that, or when he was the only one, his humanity quirk, his powers, all of his powers, including the entire galaxy, or like what was left of it, infused themselves into one very special power called creation of the universe. So what does he do? He creates a endless loop where no one actually dies. So what I mean by endless loop is I mean like Ochako will still be alive and she stays the same age. And yeah, the only person that would be in that will remember everything that happens before is Zuko. So Zuko ends up in more pain. Yeah. So he's now became the gun of the not gun, God, not dog. What's the opposite of, or if you switch D and G, switch them around. What do you get? Yeah. So he basically remembers everything. As Ochako and everyone that was around him, and the only thing that was missing was all for one, but he stayed dead forever, or he's wiped out of existence. So, yeah. So then his kiddos were every time that they come back to life without any real it's like recycling through. It's like how the YouTube short stories, like you always watch that shit all the way to the end, and then it restarts itself over again and over again. It's like that, but like basically everyone does their own things, and yeah. So, but they all still remember, or every time they, as he feels so much better. So now this is going to be the end of the What If. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, and comment, and do everything under the sun. Peace out, y'all. Peace.